This is Ashito no Joe. I haven't seen it. This is Megalo Box, a sort of original anime airing this season as a reimagining of the story told in the Ashito no Joe manga and anime. Joe came out in 1968. Megalo Box, 2018. 50 years. This is a show that's calling back to and paying tribute to a property so iconic that 50 years later, it's still so resonant that it brought about this very project. And it's fucking awesome. And they had the gall, the cojones, to not only reboot it, but rework the original writings to create a whole new story for the homage, rather than just copy-pasting it with updated visuals. Suck it, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Oh, this is gonna be good, isn't it? Let me tell you a couple reasons I find this particular anime so goddamn fascinating. I'm gonna dive right the fuck into the deep end with this one because I love this guy so much right now that I can't not bring it up first. Hey, you gentle gals and lady men who have been going supernova over that hot and spicy OST literally every week. Me too, baby pads and lily dolls, me too. Guess who composed all those tight hip-hop beats? This guy. Mabanua, the man, the myth, the unknown. This dude hasn't done shit. From his IMDb page, he's only officially composed one other show, and it was some live-action Japanese TV show called We Did It. Other than that, he apparently assisted in the music department on Kids on the Slope, and I've heard he composed an original song for Space Dandy. He is a nobody. Or was. I have no clue how they went about hiring this guy, but just take this into consideration. This fucking newcomer, this industry newbie, this fresh-faced composer is about to win soundtrack of the fucking year with this shit. Mark it. And it's his first one. Even a nomination to that kind of thing on a silly little award show from the internet is pretty impressive. The way he has created the soundtrack to help accentuate the show's unique style and its cool atmosphere is impeccable and legendary and perfect. And fuck you, I'm not biased, I totally know what I'm talking about, and I'm totally not gay for this dude's massive dong at all. I need this guy to write the soundtrack to my life, because maybe then I would be accepted into modern society as a fresh, badass 20-something ready to fuck shit up. My name's not Joe, though. Damn it. He's not even the only staffer in this production that comes from almost nowhere. How about the director, this guy? Yu Moriyama. This fine scholar has been in the industry a while, dating back well over a decade. He's taken part in a lot of things. Key animation on Desert Punk, Lupin the Third, and fucking Redline. Storyboard on Death Note's first OP, High School of the Dead's OP and ED, and you know, just a whole lot of different shit. But Megalo Box is the only thing on the list where he is the full-blown director. Way to move up in the world, brother. And may I say, so far, you have stuck the landing, giving us a lot of cool scenes, which we may talk about later. Then you got these guys, Kanzaki Kojima and Katsuhiko Manabe, the two writers with balls of titanium to take on the task of translating the old story of Ashito no Joe into this one. You have one who has seemingly done jack shit with a little bit of fuck all, and the other who's done a lot of writing for live action things that seem to range from mediocre to decent. Alongside a sound director with the same track record, except with video games. A character designer with only a few shows on their belt, a couple of prolific voice actors to be fair, like Yoshimasa Hosoya, who voices Tokiyami in My Hero Academia, and then another couple up-and-comers like Nanako Mori. Who assembled this team? They're like the anime defenders. Just watch the show and you'll know that this team was not half-heartedly stitched together. They took their time to figure out who matches their vision. Megalo Box is the epitome of cool. It oozes style through every one of its productive pores. The visuals are a breath of fresh air for our current generation of anime. Fuck you, it's low resolution crap. This show has more style and unique appealing art than anything we've gotten in the past 5 years. Oh god, I can see a pixel. I can't read this useless fucking sign in the background. Just take a second to take in and enjoy something for once in your miserable life. And no, I don't care that it doesn't look exactly like a Shito no Joe. Deal with it, you elite egomaniacs. I'm just kidding, I love you, but you're wrong. Fight me. I, for one, fully support their artistic choice here. The move to intentionally lower an anime's resolution was a risky one, but it's those kind of bold moves that only come from visionaries. And it's those kind of controversial initiatives that make a show stand out. Because what that choice does do is sells the gritty, rough, and yes, old school style fucking spectacularly. The thick, rough line work alongside that altered resolution is what delivers that style. I'd hate to imagine what this show would be like if it had the clean, crisp, and boring style that comes with anime these days. Then there's the music, which, as I've said, is goddamn perfect, making the whole show feel so raw and badass, overall securing the show's title as the heavyweight champion of cool. And I want to take a minute to dissect a small part of the show that I thought was really cool to show some appreciation towards the writers and the director, and really the whole team, because the episode I'm going to talk about got the least amount of praise, but like every other one, it's firing on all cylinders, baby. So, episode 3. It gets established immediately that Joe and Nanbu need to train hard and come up with a plan to climb the ranks of Megalonia. What happens first is we get introduced to this rowdy group of kids, who come to life immediately on screen because of excellent character design and expressive animation. We get the indication that Sachio, the kid that joins our team, is the leader of the group and has a set of brains on him, as he's the one that controls the electronics, leads the team, and hacks into the door of the pawn shop, and he's the one leading the negotiations with the pawn shop owner. To make little mention of the character building with his possibly dead father, his passion and knowledge for fighting, his unique attitude, etc, etc. Everything with the introduction and setup with this kid was near flawless. Mark it. Then, to give some praise to that fresh-faced director. What impressed me personally most about this episode was its setup and subversion of our expectations. Like I said, Joe is training for a whole new tournament, and for the first time in a while, a real fight. But he's a poor man, and his gear is old and frankly crap. He finds himself at the pawn shop with his coach Nanbu to replace some parts with that little money they have. While there, they come across the kids and the prototype armor, the Holy Grail. This episode's MacGuffin of sorts. The ultimate weapon to help our hero take on and defeat his opponents. This is a cliche but necessary story beat in these kind of stories, right? So it follows this beautiful story structure to tease us through the episode, revealing this trump card that you immediately assume to be the end goal for the first leg of our hero's journey, having Nanbu slobber all over it before putting it back because they can't afford it. We see them go back to training where Sachio tells them they got no chance with the gear they're using now. Then because of that, Sachio wants to help them. For a currently unknown reason, sort of. So he breaks into the shop and steals the armor, but he gets caught. His friends run the armor over to Joe so he can go save Sachio from the owner. And just for fun, we get to see Joe throw his bike through the window at them? So fucking awesome. The fight has begun, but of course, to keep us in the anticipation stages just a little longer, Joe is wearing his jacket. And when the gloves metaphorically come off, so does his jacket, thrown into the air to reveal the long-awaited armor. And he says, "I can win with this armor." Almost immediately, the armor breaks to a couple punches and shatters at his feet. Oh, damn. What now? Then to finish this juicy, subversive encounter, Joe stands up and repeats the line Nanbu gave him earlier in the episode. The gear doesn't win the fight. Combining with the kid's moment of "let me make the call," the badass soundtrack lifting up this moment, the beautiful animation, and the stellar direction giving us that epic David and Goliath shot. This fantastic episode, the whole anime, which oozes style, is the epitome of cool, created by a ragtag team of nobodies, including a brand new director, a soon-to-be award-winning composing newbie, and writers who with little experience pay tribute to one of the greatest sports manga of all time. Put simply, Megalo Box is fascinating. And awesome. Don't forget awesome.